Recently, I made a video about why I thought Peter Obi will become the worst president of Nigeria if elected. The insults were too much. In fact, I'm still suffering from them. But that was not enough for me. I went ahead and made another video and I said why I think Atiku will be the worst president of Nigeria. And that compounded the insult. In fact, some people said I was IPOB. I don't know what that means. Some other people called me names like this one and this one. And I was shocked to see some of the comments, to discover that we are such a very divided country. Comments like this one defending the killing of Deborah. But today I'm going to crown it all up with one of the biggest names in the political arena. I'm talking about no other person but Tinubu. And guess what? Just the way we do it, we're going to be talking about the worst case scenario. In this video, I'm going to be showing you why I think Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be the worst president of Nigeria. And if you haven't subscribed already, I wonder what you are still doing. What exactly is the color of your problem? Click subscribe and let's move on. Number one, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has health challenges. And when I'm talking about health challenges, I'm talking about severe health challenges. There's some video circulating on the internet that kind of shows he weed himself. I don't know if that's really true, but you can see for yourself from this clip on your screen. Now, in a country of about 200 million people where the population is predominantly young, it only makes sense that the leader of that country for 4 or 8 years should be someone who can stand for long hours, do the tedious job of leading and unifying such an already divided nation. And I strongly think from the conversations I've had with hundreds and hundreds of people that there's a lot of skepticism about his health. A lot of people are saying, oh my God, can this guy actually survive for that? We don't pray for any death. We don't pray for any adverse situation. We've had to literally beg our current president to return back from London in the past 8 years due to one health challenge or the other. I recall in 2008 and 9, we were literally hoping for our president to return, and unfortunately he passed away. Same thing. Now, Nigerians are saying that, are we not tired of people who are not feeling fine? Is there no one that can actually lead us that is not sick? When Tinubu becomes president, he may become one of the worst presidents in Nigeria because of medical tourism, constant checkups, and we may be left to be governed by the vice president who seems to be in pretty good health condition. Number two, the choice of candidates. The truth is, just like I said in the other videos, religion may not necessarily matter in terms of competence and the ability to do work. However, in a very multicultural, multidimensional, and multi-ethnic country like Nigeria, one would expect that there be some diversity, and this has been a problem, the lack of diversity in things. Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu named a Muslim vice president. Now, being a Muslim himself, there seems to be an imbalance, and it's actually obvious to everyone. A lot of people are asking, is it that giving the zonal or zoning agreement of the APC, the ruling All Progressives Congress Party, is it that there's no competent person from another religion in the north? Well, it seems like that is what he's saying. And given the state of the north already, the lot of insecurity crisis, we see what's happening in southern Kaduna where minorities are literally being wiped out, and people are complaining that due to the lack and or the absence of Christians in government, there seems to be marginalization and their interests are not being heard. Now, people are saying that this Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency may be one of the worst simply because it would not cater to the needs of any Christian. And this may be an overstatement. I'm just regurgitating what people are saying. People are still very divided among ethnic and religious lines. And the best way to actually bring some form of unity or some form of sense of belonging to groups that are marginalized is to extend participation. And what this group, what this presidency would not do is to show that. And we have to understand that when people are already marginalized, they're on edge, they're triggered, and they are willing to go any length to destabilize, whatever we have as unity, whatever we have left as unity. Number 3, Bola Tinubu seems to be a regional champion. The truth is, one can attest to Bola Ahmed Tinubu's intelligence. The stunt he pulled off at the APC primaries, regardless of whether he was in optimal health, is nothing short of impressive. Winning the primaries against all odds and doing all of the mathematics and calculations to come out on top is brilliant, absolutely brilliant by all standards. However, people are saying that Tinubu seems to be a regional champion and not necessarily a unifier. He seems to be a cabal. He seems to be a guy that works with his friends. And this is a fear of many people. And if you can look at the internet, and a lot of people are talking about the same things. People are saying, oh, he has this, he has that, he has this clique here, he has that clique here. And it actually goes to strengthen the idea that people are scared of the fact that when his government comes in, it would only recognize his friends and replicate the Lagos type of rulership that concentrates power in the hands of a very few people and then bullies the rest into submission. You can see from the rumors going around that in places where Tinubu has been really influential, other people could not operate democratically. There seems to be some sort of bullying, some sort of coercion, some sort of racketeering and harassment. And many people have linked the events of October 20, 2020 at Lekki Tollgate to the man himself. Well, these are all rumors, but people actually do believe them. And then again, strengthens the idea that he seems to be a regional champion that is trying to be president. Before the Emi Lokon slang, people are saying that Nigeria is not the property of any man, and to say that it is your turn to rule kind of makes it look like you feel Nigeria is your personal reward for working so hard. Doesn't it seem like that?
Mo ti ń ṣèyí bọ̀, ọjọ́ ti pẹ́, ẹgbẹ́ kìíní wá, èmi ló kàn.
In a democracy, people want to feel like their voices are heard and that they can choose to appoint and dispose of anybody they want. But when you come into power with a slogan that literally says to people, it's your right, it kind of feels like you are going to be a dictator. And that's what people are scared about. People are scared about the fact that a Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency may be a dictatorship, may be a kind of presidency that only works for a few people simply because those people have worked so hard for him in the past. And let's not even deny this. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been one of the most influential politicians we've ever seen in Nigeria. At some point in the early 2000s, he was one of the most powerful people in Africa, even as a state governor. I mean, think about this. He was only governor for 8 years, just like many people. His influence has continued to last, even after 2 successive governorships in Lagos State. How has he been able to do that? Well, it tells you something about the man. He's either extremely intelligent or extremely connected. And people are scared that in a country that is already ailing, handing it over to a man who will run it like his own personal business is not the best way to go. And that's the reason why the Emilio Con slang is not necessarily the best way to approach the national discourse. Number 5. Now, many people are saying that Bola Tinubu is extremely corrupt despite not having any serious EFCC, DSS matter lingering around. It's actually shocking because in 2019, I still remember very well where bullion vans were bringing monies to his house at Ikoyi, and the pictures are everywhere. And Nigerians were asking, how powerful can someone be? I mean, how rich can someone be to have monies delivered to his house on election day in a bullion van, in a couple of bullion vans? What were these monies for? Why were people outside the house waiting for those monies? What were the monies for? For rigging? Well, we can't tell. But the truth is, many eyewitness reports have actually said that Bola Tinubu is extremely corrupt. Even the past president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, has actually mentioned things like this several times, but we're yet to see if all of these are true. However, a lot of skepticism surrounds his source of wealth, which he has defended in a recent interview. At the same time, people just don't believe him. People don't just believe him for a man who really wasn't as rich before becoming governor and all of a sudden has all these billions to spend. All in all, it is criminal to say that Bola Tinubu is not an intelligent man. From his old videos, his old speeches, Bola Tinubu has a wealth of knowledge, wealth of wit, and wisdom. In fact, in one of his videos, he spoke so well about the state of Nigeria. And I even made a video talking about his manifesto that focuses very much on employment and industrialization, which is pretty much the right way to go if you're trying to revolve and evolve Nigeria into a proper manufacturing economy that has a very vibrant GDP and per capita income. However, if you are asked to test the mic and you absolutely go there and lick it with your tongue, it begins to raise the question of your mental health. Tinubu's health has actually deteriorated. In the wake of his election, it seems as if the man is really struggling. Even before wearing the whole problems of the country, he's already struggling for health. Who is to say what is going to happen when he takes over the seat in Aso Rock? Would we be seeing our president or would we be seeing his vice? It's left for you to decide. I want to know what you think in the comment section. If you think I'm saying rubbish, let me know. I'm waiting for you. Let's fight. And at the same time, I'm also waiting for you if you think otherwise. Thank you so much. Make sure you pay attention to the other videos over here and here about Atiku and Peter Obi. And next time we'll be doing for Rabi Musa Kwankwaso and the presidential candidate of